Today marks 1320th day share lessons and learn and continue to learn with all of you. My hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about maturity. Maturity is such an important word. I think we don't speak enough about it. And what is maturity? I think that we need to understand that maturity is how you handle yourself, how you handle your emotions, how you handle your relationships. Those are the most important things in life. Yourself, your emotions, your relationships. Those are the most important things in life. That means that be able to really focus, how we able to become more mature, that we able to handle better ourselves, we have more inner peace, we better manage our emotions, because emotional regulation is the key to success, and relationships, how we manage relationships. And life is about relationships, leadership, serving, relationship with yourself as well, with those few first as well. So today I'll share seven things. Seven things that what we need to know about maturity. So number one is emotional responsibility. I think that we need to understand that maturity means owning your emotions, not outsourcing them. I think that it's easy to blame someone for things that happen, for mistakes. It might be that there's like 90% their fault, and might be that it's not your fault as well. But like I love this saying that first time I heard from Will Smith said, "It's not your fault that something happened. There's a lot of times it's not your fault, but it's your damn responsibility to really deal with that." And when you have that mindset, that is maturity. That's the maturity to understand that fault and responsibility doesn't align a lot of times. Sometimes it happens that it's your fault, it is your responsibility. But a lot of times, and that's the hardest part sometimes, that's what the maturity is included in that. Is a lot of times, it's not your fault that something happened. It's not your fault that you were mistreated. It's not your fault that something happened in your life that you were misjudged or whatever happened that is not your fault, but your responsibility to deal with that. And that is maturity, emotional responsibility to deal with all the emotions. Don't blame anyone else what happened, but being able to say that, look in the mirror, it's not my fault, but it's my responsibility to take care of this. And like sometimes when I think about the emotions, well, you ask like, is this emotion asks me to react or reflect? And a lot of times you just need to reflect, not react. Because I think that what is beautiful thing about maturity, it allows you to respond. So really, you have emotion, reflect on that, and you respond. Because respond, that means that you really think about the best options, the worst options, good options, and you choose the best option to execute on. So response is always reacting. Some places even you're taking the worst option that is in front of you. Number two is self awareness over self obsession. Self awareness over self obsession. That means that being able to really observe your thoughts, but not be ruled by them, not be controlled by them. That is again, be aware where your thoughts are coming from. Be aware where your emotions are coming from. Be aware about yourself. That is a key to success. That is a key to maturity. Because sometimes we want to feel differently. We want to act on emotion, but sometimes we need to say that like I'm feeling this way. I'm thinking this way, but I will do things what needs to be done. And that's again, this is the maturity. Maturity is doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel and no matter how you think. And this is the best lesson that I learned from my dad. And when I used to be a very, very young individual, very young individual, I said like I don't want to do that. And my dad always used to ask, "Is this must be done?" I said, "Yeah, this must be done." So that means that you don't need to think about it. You don't need to really think about how you feel about this work. This is must be done. You just do it without thinking about it and reflecting on your emotions. I'm okay doing it. No, like it doesn't. That nobody cares, and you're not supposed to care about it. So just being honest with yourself and let's say being self-aware doesn't think out of being overthinking. Just really see clearly what needs to be done and doing what needs to be done, not allowing those emotions to come in. And that's again maturity. Maturity being able to do the right thing when you don't feel like doing it. Number three is boundaries without bitterness. Boundaries without bitterness. I think that again maturity is being able to know yourself so well that you create healthy boundaries and you do not allow anyone to really cross them. Because you teach other people how to treat you based on what you allow them to do. And sometimes it will be harder Because if you allowed in the past to do something that is against your boundaries, is that maybe you were not aware about what things you like, what you things don't like, and now you really reflect on yourself, improve yourself, you really become mature, you have that maturity, and you create boundaries, and will you teach them. And sometimes you will need to walk away. Really, really reteach people how you need to be treated. I think this is again massive maturity, being able to walk away when you're not treated the way how you're supposed to be treated. Healthy boundaries is essential in life. But healthy boundaries allows you to really create structure around your life. That structure allows you to really have the freedom to pursue the things that you want. I think that nobody is able to achieve massive success in life without healthy boundaries. That is a massive, massive, massive importance. And relationships as well. Every relationship needs to have some healthy boundaries. If there's no boundaries, I think that relationship is not sustainable. So this needs to be very, very healthy boundaries, understanding where you are in life, because every single person has non-negotiables. So what are your non-negotiables? What are the things that you will never accept? And be upfront with those things. Because I think that the healthy boundaries needs to be communicated. And everyone needs to, and again, this is a maturity, being able to communicate what your boundaries are, because sometimes people expect that other people are supposed to understand what you want and what you do not want. But people are not mind readers, and we are not mind readers. So being able to communicate your boundaries, again, partly is um, what maturity really means. Number four, I think that this is again one of the most important things for success is delayed gratification. Being able to do the right thing. You build your discipline in everything, financially, emotionally, relationally, in every area of your life. You need to really build that discipline in, and that's again discipline equal delayed gratification. That means that it's doing something right now for the benefit of the future. Doing something right now for the benefit of the future, because sometimes we are thinking that, okay, I did the work, I need to get results. I need the work, I need to get results. But a lot of times it's delayed. The most beautiful part about delayed gratification is that your work that you put one right now most likely will be multiplied by 10, 100 folds. So one effort that you put right now, that delayed gratification will compound, will bring in the future much, much more. But if you really pursue something that you to do the work, you get one, you do the work, you get one, there's linear growth. But when you start doing something that you need to delay gratification, and that's again maturity, being able to do that, being able to really look into the mirror, and say like, I'm doing today something for the future, for the future of me. At that moment, of course, you will get tenfold majority of the time. And that tenfold could be in different ways. Emotionally, financially, relation, all those things could be the things that you'll receive. I think that we need to sometimes when you think about delayed gratification, we think just about financially alone. But that delayed gratification sometimes comes with a character, with relationships, with inner peace. And that's again is the most important things as well in life. And that's again maturity. Because of course if we allow those emotions to control us and if we do what's needed, I think that a lot of times that this will cost later as well. So that means that if you're doing something that is wrong right now, we do not delay gratification, that will bring 10 times more worse things in the future as well, at the same time as the good things. Number five, growth mindset over ego. I think that maturity allows us to look in the mirror and say that this is ego speaking. I think that sometimes being able to really protect our ego, but at the same time saying that I want to grow my ego, I want to grow my identity, I want to really change, I want to evolve, I want to transform myself, and that's really ego. So that ego, I want to be my friend rather than enemy, because ego is a lot of times becomes our enemy because it tries to protect us from rejection, from fear, from embarrassment, from pursuing something. But being able to really communicate with your ego so well that you could really start to really work to become the strongest version of you, becoming that version of you that is under construction, and really communicate and welcome feedback, because feedback, like ego doesn't want feedback. Ego want to be where it is right now. So that means I really um welcome the people that really challenges you, welcome the people that gives feedback for you, welcome the things that is actually scares your ego. I think that's again one of the most important things regarding pursuing success is being okay, not being okay sometimes, not being great sometimes, not being, because if you want really to be great at something, You need to start. And most likely when you start something, you suck. And ego doesn't like to suck. They want to be being seen professional. They want to see an expert. They want to see that they figure things out. But that's not all the time. That's why we need to be okay to suck. Because I really love that when we start something, we really suck. Then we really suck. Then really suck, and then we suck a little bit less. Then we that's decent, normal. Then we become good, and good, and then become great and expert. So that means that journey every single person needs to go through, and that means ego needs to be okay with that as well. Number six is compassion without compromise. I think that we need to lead with empathy, not enabling. What empathy means, and I think that it's again two words that we love is kindness and being nice. Kindness and being nice. It means that kindness is telling people the truth that it hurts. Nice is telling people what they want to hear. So empathy is kindness. Enabling is being nice. Enabling people to do still keep doing the things that is not good for them. And those things could lead to terrible consequences. So I really love that people say that I'm willing to lose this relationship, but I will be kind. I will be I will be full of empathy. And one day they will be thankful that I was full of empathy and I didn't enable them to do still keep doing the wrong things. And if they will give up on your relationship because you want the best for them, that means that this relationship is not for you anyway. I think it's very, very important. And compassion, really giving yourself without losing yourself. That means that giving your space, giving your support, but really not emotionally involved in that transaction. That means that I really love the saying that I can care for you without caring. That means that really being able to really take some of those even emotions out and really think logically and what is the best for this person right now based on everything what he shared, because we need to have context. Sometimes we don't have a context, and it might be that we are wrong as well, so that means that we're not able to say like it's 100% that's the best for them. But from our perspective, we need to really understand. But sometimes some things are 100% wrong, and being able to be very firm, compassionate, full of empathy, and share in the right way. Because the way how we share, and this is again part of maturity, how we communicate the things that we need to communicate, influence people are the right thing to do. The last one, when I want to mention number seven, is consistency over intensity. That means that people who are mature, they understand that to achieve success, consistency will always beat intensity. I love John C. Maxwell example with that. It's like if you have an axe and you need to cut the tree, and you come every single day and you hit the tree 5 times a day, 5 times a day, and you take a axe, swing at the tree 5 times, and then put the axe. And every single day you come in and do that. The question is not if the tree will fall. The question is only when. When intensity, when you come in and you swing at a tree 50 times, you didn't, and then now it's like, oh, it will not work. The tree will never fall, and people give up. But if you swing 5 times every single day, and you know that you will do that, keep doing that for the rest of your life until the tree falls, at some point it will fall. And I think that that's why it's very, very important to stay grounded and really do the right thing every single time. And really understanding what are the most important patterns that I want to keep doing. What are the most important things? What are the five most important things, daily activities that I need to do to swing at the most important things so they could fall? That I could achieve my business, that I could build relationships, that I could build my health, build my finances. What are those things that really you need to do every single day with consistency that you finally could achieve success? Because maturity is that you show up consistently, not occasionally. The last thing that I want to mention is that maturity is not destination. It is a quiet revolution inside you. That means that being able to really understand that maturity is that the way how you live your life. And we ask ourselves, how do we live in a mature way? What parts of my life is mature and what parts is not mature? Because again, we're able to be like, I love the writing from 1 to 10. So how mature am I from 1 to 10? and which areas of my life I want to be more mature. And again, looking at those 7 steps that I mentioned today, like those could be one of the great areas to reflect on to understand, okay, how mature am I right now? Not because of judging ourselves, but being aware, because of the awareness is the first step to really getting better at something. So I hope you just win and see you tomorrow.